Hello gainers, I'm Ralphie and welcome to my channel called Fitter Philosophy. This channel is about stoic, practical, experience-based ways of living, ways of organising our lives, ways of disciplining ourselves, ways of making the most of the time we've got in this particular dimension to grow as spiritual beings. And one of the components of that, which doesn't really get much of a mention, it's taken very much for granted, but you'll see this when you look at people around you, and it's to do with prioritization. When we're young, when we're kids, we have plenty of time, in fact all the time in the world, and we really don't have to prioritize anything except playing, having to go to school and hanging about with our friends. However, as we get older, as time gets a little more precious and certainly more valuable depending on our level of debts that we're carrying in life and our needs and our wants and our aspirations, we have to prioritize. And my recommendation is keep it simple and start literally with a pen and paper. It's something we do automatically. We don't tend to think about it. And yet, as we prioritize things within our lives, our family commitments, our job, our sports, our entertainment, our holidays, our bills, money going in, money going out, we have to be aware that small adjustments can actually make quite a big difference, and I'll give you a working example of that. If we are strapped for recreational time, if our recreational time is limited, we may find ourselves not making the most of it because of the habits and the routines we've got into of, for example, watching television. Now, I put it to you, in your recreational time, all the television and all the hours, because you want to translate that television time into hours. How many hours of television do you actually remember with any sort of affection from over the years, literally years? And probably very, very little. Whereas, how many hours do you remember from taking time out to either go on holiday or go for a walk in the country or to read a good book or to go and visit a local museum or an event, a festival, a music gig, something of that which in fact are far fewer hours involved in this, but the impact of the experience has been far more positive on you and therefore more memorable. You will notice, I assure you, you will notice that when you're surrounded by people and talking to people who are watching too much television, frankly, they've got simply less to talk about because they're less in their lives, because they're not prioritising. They're being lazy about prioritising, lapsing into the habit, further into the habit of existing and repeat activity rather than questioning on a weekly, monthly, a yearly business. Well, what's important to me? What matters to me? What are my priorities? And again, it's worth noting that priorities are usually put in the context of work priorities or family priorities rather than life priorities. So be mindful of this, and whatever you do, prioritise your time, your efforts, your interests, and to be disciplined about it. And in doing so, just going to get a lot more out of life. And the more we get out of life, the more we grow as individuals, the more we get to know ourselves, the more we morph through the experience and the process of living. And that is all good. I'm Ralphie. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.